department is concerned. If you want to buy a new car, what's the first thing you got to do? Look at your money, availability of funds. Can you afford those payments? A lot of people now, 5 years, 6 years on a new car mortgage, a house, 30-year mortgage. Can you afford those monthly payments? Biggest thing. Well, the county's got to look at it the same way, but we've got to look down the road 4 or 5 years. It's easy to go ahead and appease someone, say, with a pay raise and grant a pay raise, not knowing what the economy may do. I mean, in 2006, the county commission was in pretty good shape. And then in 2007, when the stock market took a dive and went down, wow, you know, no one had anticipated this. But again, because you've got a reserve out here you can dip into, and you know that you've got to have that reserve, now sometimes you've got to defend yourself pretty good against with the other two commissioners, you know, on why not to spend that money, why not to borrow some from that money for the time being. You think maybe a year and everything will square away and then you'll be okay again. No, like this right now, as the senator said, that started in 2007. This is 2014. 7 years, you all, that it's been rather flat. Well, it was going down for the first 3 or 4 years, and it kind of just flattened out. But it hadn't picked up to get back to where we were in 2007 yet. So it's a thing that you've got to look at all the time, constantly coordinating with your county administrator to see how the funds are coming in. Even the entities that support sales tax, ad valorem property tax, those are the two biggest ones for the county to make up what our budget is. You've got to look at that all the time. You know, is it rising or falling? And sometimes there's no prior notice. It just happens. So you've got to be ready for it. The state mandates that anybody that's elected as a new commissioner, you're required to attend 5 schools minimum the first year that you're in. And it's mainly to keep you out of jail. Because if you don't, a lot of commissioners, I remember some years ago, Alabama and Mississippi both, I don't know how many commissioners they sent to prison. A lot of it because of ignorance, some of it was stupidity, but a lot of it was of ignorance, of spending money on things they weren't entitled to spend it on, not bidding it out. You know, things they didn't know. So they set it up and made it mandatory that you will attend these. State legislature passed this. I think it's probably one of the best things they ever did and to get you out there. And part of that 5 classes you attend, one of them is on finance and what your responsibilities are in connection with that. So it's big, yeah, 49 point something million, right at 50 million, still going up, but the expenditures are rising faster than the income is. So you've got to watch out and be careful or you won't find yourself in a nice deep hole somewhere. Thank you.
I'll say I've never dealt with a budget, and I would look down through here and say there's probably a lot of us in here that's never had to deal with a $50 million budget like that, not on a daily basis. But I will tell you that the way I run my budget is the way I'm going to run the budget of Coleman County. I'm not going to be spending money that I don't have. I'm going to be spending money the way I would spend it if it's my personal money.
I've mentioned it before in a lot of places, but I don't have many classes until I finish my master's in business, so I know a little bit about business. But $50 million is a big budget. But as a first sergeant and a command sergeant major in the military, I managed budgets that was a lot bigger than that. And they dealt with everything from beans to bullets. You know, that's the old saying. You got to watch out from everything from beans to bullets. If you want to make a bunch of soldiers mad, you take money out of the food budget and put it in the fuel budget. You know, if they're not going to eat good, they're not going to perform well. So yes, sir, I have managed budgets, and I do know how to manage budgets.
The answer to your question, I've never handled $49 million. But like Kerry said, I manage my own money. You know, I am proud to say, although I work 2 jobs, but I am proud to say that I've got a wife and 3 kids, and I've still got money in the bank. So I will handle the county's money the way I handle mine. Now, my wife and kids say I'm tight, but we got a little money in the bank saved up. So, you know, and I'm not a wasteful person. So if I don't waste my money, I won't waste the county taxpayers' money, which is also my money. Thank you.
I guess we've all got to talk about money a little bit. After I retired from teaching ag, I worked in private business for a number of years. So one of the things they told us when we went to the school that James was talking about is you can't run county government like you do business. You can't, because there's no competition. But there's no reason why you can't apply good business principles, you know, to government. And that's what we've tried to do, and is James has talked about, and some of the others, when we came in 2010, the economy was terrible, and we didn't have near the money they had in 06. We have operated county government, and I think county government has grew a lot during the last 4 years. We have built our reserves back up some. We have not laid anybody off. We have given 2 pay raises, and yes, I think I know how to manage money a little bit.
Hey, let me give you one more example of something under the big territory. Phillips Bridge, most of you are familiar with Phillips Bridge, big bridge, down on 222. Our engineers a couple of years ago, they have to inspect that thing periodically, found a bunch of errors wrong with it. That there are problems with big bridge, going to have to be repaired. Phillips Bridge, you know, it connects north and south Coleman County as far as Smith Lake is concerned. You shut down Phillips Bridge, and you're interfering with commerce and personnel and everything else, you know, for a good long while that's fixed. Trying to get money for it, you know, to help, direct money or something from the state, if not. But if it gets any worse to that point, I think the 2 commissioners will agree, something has to be done, and you may have to fund that. And that's an unexpected expenditure that you haven't even budgeted for or whatever, so forth, but that's part of the reason you're in the job and what you're there for is to handle situations of that nature. But it's coming in the not too distant future. Phillips Bridge is going to have some work done to it.
There's also a bridge, 2 bridges have been built on Highway 157 that I'm sure eventually will get used, but in either case, the road to nowhere money would have been great for a red light at Dodge City. I'm just saying. Okay, there's my high horse. If nobody has anything else, I will say there's plenty more food, there's plenty more time. And one other thing, let me just say, all the way from Bruce down to Mr. Marshman, it means a lot to me and to our group for you to all participate tonight. That's duly noted, and I just want you to know it. So I appreciate you guys for being here. You know, we've established contacts, emails, phone numbers, all that kind of stuff. So kind of like I've said before, even though I've got some friends, and I call all of your friends, I think, at this point, but, you know, I don't know if I got a favorite anymore, because irregardless, win or lose, we're going to work with all of you through this Merchants Group, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So I thank you. And help yourself to some more food, and we appreciate you guys for coming. Dodge City Days, June 14th. Last year we had about 5,000 people down here. We're going to make it bigger this year. Lots of things to be looking for in the paper. Dodge City Merchants Group, you can find us on Facebook. I noticed for this event alone, after we had everybody sharing a couple of little inserts about tonight's thing, I mean, we had like over 1,000 views just off of our Dodge City Merchants page on Facebook. So keep watching that kind of stuff, and we'll kind of keep you updated on what's going on here in Dodge City as well. But thanks for coming, and y'all have a safe one.